begin my speech in 3, 2, 1. Let's open this motion. In motion, this House would heavily tax manufacturing corporations that automate majority of their workforce. What if in 2030 factories replaced by 90% of their workers with machines? One company, Neo Mac, became widely profitable, but 10,000 workers lost their job. Local business collapsed, communities fell into poverty. The government has no funds to help. But what if we had heavily taxed Neo Mac for automating most of its workforce? That money could have funded retraining programs, helped families to survive, and built new job opportunities. Automation would still happen, but with fairness. Now, let's see why this motion is important. This happens because lately in manufacturing industries has developed their technology. Many engines, especially to help factories to build something more vast, never stop working and work carefully. Factories already use this method to save money. In this case, there will no need much labor anymore to work. This happens thoroughly and over time, and factory will absorb labor minimally. Let's define what is manufacturing automation. What is manufacturing automation? Manufacturing automation refers to the integration of technology and machinery to handle production tasks independently, with little to no human input. This approach focuses on improving operational efficiency, achieving consistent accuracy, and accelerating production timelines. By minimizing manual intervention, automation is used not only to reduce cost but also significantly lowers the risk of human error, ensuring reliable and high quality results. Now for the limitation, existing tax structures in many countries, including Indonesia, actually promote automation even when it's not the most economical choice. Furthermore, the shift to robots will lower tax income for governments because there are fewer people working and paying taxes. Now let's see why this motion is urgent. Manufacturing corporations that automate majority of their workforce, making factories avoiding employee taxes by replacing humans with engines and machines. In Indonesia, companies can reduce their tax by claiming deduction. So, the tax system is like giving a reward for buying a robot through deduction that they don't get for keeping human workers who generate ongoing wage tax expenses. No doubt that robotics in this era gives so much impact to industries. In the other side, there are so much labor lost their job, and this is closely related to development of technologies itself. The role as factory workers was quickly replaced by technologies. This phenomenon will start to produce unemployed people. Now, uh, I would like to tell you about one and only argument for the day. Based on Directorat, based on Directorat Jenderal Pajak, a company automation tax could be applied for companies that depend on automation. This tax would act as substitute for taxes as a company would normally pay on wages for human workers. This is similar to how self-employed people pay taxes. They don't have an employer paying their social security taxes, so they pay a combined self-employment tax that covers both the employer and employee versions. Now for the mechanism. The revenue collected from the automation tax will be used to support workers who are displaced by automation. Automation causes mass layoffs and leaves many workers without skills relevant to the new job market. Simply taxing corporations is not enough. We must use that money to rebuild opportunities for those harmed by the shift. Without reinvestment, inequality will worsen and economic growth will slow down due to weakened consumer demand. Countries like South Korea and regions in the EU have already used automation taxes or similar levies to fund worker reskilling programs and digital literacy training. Studies from the World Economic Forum also emphasize that automation threatens millions of low-skilled jobs, but retraining can reduce this impact if it's well funded. That's why this tax must not sit idle. It must be redirected toward returning public employment and social support, ensuring that workers are not left behind. As the economy evolves, this use of funds directly fulfills the goal of balancing innovation with justice. Now I would like to conclude my motion for the day. We strongly support taxing corporations that replace most of their human workforce with automation. When companies automate without limits, they cut labor costs but cause mass unemployment. This harms workers, reduces consumer spending, and widens the wealth gap. A heavy tax forces corporations to share responsibility for the social and economic impact they create in real-world cases like Amazon or Foxconn. Automation Automation has led to fewer jobs while profits soared. Without taxation or regulation, governments struggle to support displaced workers or fund reskilling programs. That's why this tax is not a burden, but a fair tool to protect workers, fund solutions, and guide innovation with responsibility. For all these reasons, we proudly propose this motion. Thank you very much.